Assalamu alaikum, welcome back to Hilaal Live. It's the sports desk that we have on a Friday, and guess what? You not only have the privilege of having one Luqmaan in studio, you've got two Luqmaans in studio. I'm going to hand over to our sports analyst, Feroz Shaik, to introduce our guest. Assalamu alaikum, Feroz.
Wa alaikum salam, Luqmaan number one. How are you doing?
I think I'll take the number two for now. I don't mind that. I don't mind that. Our guest is very special. I'll gladly held that number one over. Exciting sporting week, but we have a lovely guest in studio. Tell us more.
Yeah, fantastic. So we're talking rugby today, and it's the Heritage Cup here in Cape Town. It started last week, I think, and one of the chief initiators is Luqmaan number one, Luqmaan Adonis from Caledonian Roses, more popularly known as Callies, formerly from District 6. Luqmaan, assalamu alaikum, and thanks for coming through.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Shukran for having me. Salam Luqmaan's first time, I can say. I'm in studio with another Luqmaan.
Not the last time, inshallah.
Inshallah. Tell us about the Heritage Cup. I know it started, I think, last week. And tell us what's it all about.
Look, the Heritage Cup is a tournament that started out of necessity. We looked at the clubs from our Great Malay Heritage emanating out of the District 6 Poor Cup areas. And we looked at the current position versus the success of the past. And the one thing that stood out is the lack of support for the majority of clubs. And this was something which wasn't the case during the time of District 6. And then we also looked at the lack of funding for these clubs. And out of that, we thought to ourselves, how do we get communities to support clubs again? And we started with this Heritage tournament. We've had 2 rounds. The final round will be on Sunday. And it's a tournament where it's all about the clubs and raising funds through the gates, through what is sold in the cafe, and also on the day, the winners, there is no losers. The winner takes away 7,500 rand, runner up 3.5, and in the third and fourth place 2,000 rand each. And all the gate fees is cut into 4, and then 50% of the net profit that is generated through the takeaways cafe is also equally shared amongst the 4 clubs on the day.
Nice.
That's why we've had 8 clubs participated, and our payouts was about 80 grand already.
Wow.
Okay, so this week the intention is to be finishing off the round robins at Null Avenue, and we have 4 teams that's going to be participating there. Same procedure, same principle, and the winner of each round goes into a grand final. We're trying to finalize the date for Adonis Stadium in April, inshallah, and there as well we'll have 2 semi-finals, a third place playoff and a final where the winner will win 75,000 rand.
Wow.
Runner up 40,000 and 25 and 15, in addition to all participating clubs from round 1 up until the final round. They'll be equally sharing the gate fees again. Same principles. And then just last night we also the Heritage Tournament became the first Rugby for Humanity initiative as well. So we also now have the same guys behind the Palestinian movement that is now
Stepping Stone guys?
Yes, correct, and they've assisted us into getting the Adonis Stadium secured.
Nice.
Fantastic. You mentioned obviously a lot of the teams are originally from District 6, but I see you also brought in a junior segment as well. So tell us about the junior segment.
Phenomenally, this is the first time I think in the history of sport that we have asked clubs to bring juniors, just to reward them all with a 10-day free match trial tutorial period via MJ Education SMS platform. So what happens is, just for participating, the club itself, they register all the juniors, and for 10 days they'll be assisted with a match tutoring system. And then thereafter, if the parents like the product, they can register, and then the club where the kid is emanating from will earn 50% of the registration fee. It's only 200 bucks, they'll earn 100 bucks. And for as long as this kid is in the program on the monthly subscription, the clubs will also earn 20% of that subscription fee. So the whole objective is to obviously, for the Heritage Tournament, to change a bit of our heritage and to reduce academics and to use the sport as a catalyst for change.
So we know the history of District 6 and we know how popular rugby is in Cape Town and in the Muslim community. Talk to us about some of the teams that have been involved in the tournament so far.
Thus far in round 1, we've had my club, Caledonian Roses, Collegians, Violets, and Surrey Estate Rangers. On the day, Callies won the tournament.
Okay, congrats.
The round 1. I still didn't pay the so look, it was a massive success in our opinion. It was also the round that was attended the most. Well, we had the most attendance. I think that's all thanks to also collegians and the crowds that they pulled.
Of course.
The day was a successful day. It was new to everyone. However, we never made any rule changes to the game. It's only when it's a yellow card or 3 yellow cards for the day, you get docked -1 in your lock point. And if it's a red and a yellow within the game, it's a -1. So we just added that disciplinary components, okay, because the teams from our heritage as well were notorious for fights.
All right.
So the idea is to change the mindset, change the approach.
Great.
And you know, because there's brotherhood, unity, we're striving for unity, and we made these subtle changes to the application of rugby by just administrating the processes of discipline much better, and also ensuring that the coaches as well. I mean, we worked on a 30-man, 35-man squad. Every 10 minutes, it's a 20-minute game. Every 20-minute half. After 10 minutes, it's a water break of 1 minute.
Okay.
You are also allowed to make 15-man rolling sub. So you don't come as team 1, team 2, team 3. It's the club and the squad. And it's the ideas for coaches to develop tactical acumen,
Brilliant.
strategy, and also to know who they can count on, you know, at certain times of a match, during the season perhaps. So that was in the round 1. Same principles was carried over in the round 2, where this was now the past Sunday, and it was won by SK Warmers.
Okay.
We had Paul Vineyards, and then it was Amadeus, and the last team was Silver Tree.
Okay.
It was also the first time, I think, in 30 years that SK Warmers and Silver Tree played each other.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah, so
That's
I mean,
history.
that's history. I mean, we're from playing week in, week out to after 30 years. So we believe that the cup in itself, the competition in itself, has done, you know, the community proud. In a sense of that, at the short notice, you know, we've managed to have the success that we've had, and we can only look at, you know, building on this and improving and making it even bigger next year.
Inshallah.
Inshallah.
I was going to ask you about the how many minutes a side was playing. You did mention 20 minutes, but I think some of the teams play more than 1 games in a day. How do they manage that, seeing that you're still into the pre-season stage at the moment?
So okay, so MJ Education, we have a team of graduates, right? And we have a team of graduates, and their job was to design a tournament where all the criteria for pre-season has to be emphasized upon. In other words, learning from your mistakes.
Right.
So instead of doing like-for-like changes, you can actually bring up a total new team onto the field and change the strategy, change the tactic. So it's how you prepare for this. So what most of the teams, we had a big squad, we had about 40. So we could play 1 team in the 1 game and 20 and 15 guys on the bench. And we had 10 rested. So what we did, we strategized and we knew what our combinations was. And we went in with a younger team to start off with. They just held, you know, they held the line, and then we would finish off with our more experienced and stronger guys. So the good thing about it is the fitness levels improve. It's also the ability within 3 round robin games to fix your mistakes. And then if you're the top 2 with the highest points goes through to the final on the day. You know, and that means you play 4 games. But it's 4 games, 20 minutes off. So it's equivalent to 1.5 games that you play.
Of course.
You know?
Yeah. High impact though. 20 minutes
Absolutely.
must be just, you know, action-packed from start to finish.
Not really. A team like Collegians, the only team in our round that scored 4 tries, they got a bonus point.
Okay.
You know, whereas we gave away the least tries.
Right.
For argument's sake, and it's actually, I think the coaches bought into the tactical component.
Yeah.
You know, it's a tactical competition.
Gotcha.
Fantastic. Luqmaan, Adonis, shukran for coming through, and all the best for Sunday. And of course, we look forward to covering that final as well, get some results and stuff like that.
Inshallah.
Inshallah. All the best to you. You're doing wonderful things with the Rugby Heritage Cup. Keep it up.
No problem, shukran.
Shukran so much, my brother, for coming into studio as well. That's Luqmaan Adonis. That's the Heritage Cup. After the break, we chat a bit more some of the other sporting events that's happening. Do join us. It's Hilaal Live. It's the Sports Desk with Feroz Shaik.